the 12th year of Ahaz, king of Judah, Hoshea the son of Elah reigned over Israel for 9 years, did what was evil in the eyes of the Lord, though not like the kings of Israel who had preceded him. Shalmaneser, the king of Assyria, went up against him, and Hoshea became his vassal, and he paid him tribute. The king of Assyria found conspiracy in Hoshea that he sent messengers to. So the king of Egypt did not pay tribute to the king of Syria as year by year. King of Assyria arrested him and confined him in prison. King of Assyria went up through the entire land, and he went up to Samaria and besieged it 3 years. The 9th year of Hoshea, the king of Assyria took Samaria and exiled the Israelites to Assyria, and he repatriated them in Halah, and in Habor, the Gozan River, and the cities of Media. And it was when the children of Israel sinned to the Lord their God, who brought them up from the land of Egypt, under the hand of Pharaoh the king of Egypt, they feared other gods. They followed the statutes of the nations whom the Lord had driven out from before the children of Israel, and of the kings of Israel that they practiced. The children of Israel fabricated things which were not so about the Lord their God, and they built themselves high places in all their cities, from watchtower to fortified city. They erected for themselves monuments and Asherim on every high hill and under every green tree. They burned incense there on all the high places, like the nations that the Lord had exiled from before them. They did evil things to anger the Lord. They worshipped the idols which the Lord had said to them, "You shall not do this thing." The Lord warned Israel and Judah through all prophets of all visions, saying, "Repent of your evil ways and keep my commandments, my statutes, according to the entire law that I commanded your forefathers, and that I sent to you through my servants the prophets." But they did not heed, and they hardened their nape like the nape of their forefathers who did not believe in the Lord their God. They despised his statutes and his covenant that he had enacted with their forefathers, and his warnings that he had warned them, and they followed worthless things and became worthless after the nations that were around them, concerning whom the Lord had commanded them not to do like them. They forsook all the commandments of the Lord their God, made for themselves 2 molten calves, and they made an Asherah, and they prostrated themselves before the entire host of the heavens, and they worshipped the Baal. They passed their sons and daughters through the fire. They practiced enchantment and divination, and they committed themselves to do what was evil in the eyes of the Lord, to anger him. The Lord became very much incensed against Israel. He sent them away from before him. None was left but the tribe of Judah alone. Neither did Judah observe the commandments of the Lord their God, and they followed the practices of Israel that they did. And the Lord despised all the seed of Israel. He afflicted them and delivered them into the hand of plunderers until he cast them away from before him. For Israel had torn away from the house of David and had appointed Jeroboam the son of Nebat as king, and Jeroboam led Israel astray and followed the Lord, and caused them to commit a grave sin. The children of Israel followed all the sins of Jeroboam that he committed. They did not turn away from it till the Lord removed Israel from his presence, as he had spoken through all his servants the prophets. In Israel went in exile from their land to Assyria until this day. King of Assyria brought people from Babylonia, from Karha, and from Ava, and from Hamath, and from Sephvarim, to settle them in the cities of Samaria, instead of the children of Israel, and they took possession of Samaria and dwelt in its cities. It was in the beginning of their dwelling there that they did not fear the Lord, and the Lord incited lions against them, and they were killing them. They said to the king of Assyria, saying, "The nations that you exiled and settled in the cities of Samaria do not know the law of the God of the land," and he incited lions against them, and behold, they are killing them, as they do not know the land of the God of the land. They do not know the law of the God of the land. The king of Assyria commanded, saying, "Bring there one of the priests whom I have exiled from there, and let them go and dwell there, and teach them the law of the God of the land." One of your priests whom they had exiled from Samaria came and settled in Bethel, and he would direct them. how they should fear the Lord. Now each nation made its god, and they placed it in the temple of the high places that the people of Samaria had made, each nation in their cities wherein they were dwelling. People of Babylonia made Succoth-Benoth, and the people of Cuth made Nergal, and the people of Hamath made Ashima. The Avites made Nibhaz, and Tartak and the Sepharvites burnt their children in fire to Adramelech and Anamelech, the gods of Sepharvaim. They feared the Lord, and they made some of their priests of the high places, and they would practice their rites in the temple of the high places. They feared the Lord, yet they worshipped their own gods, as was the custom of the nations whom they had exiled from there. Till this day they practice just as their earlier practices. They do not fear the Lord, neither do they practice according to their statutes and laws, nor according to the law and the commandment that the Lord commanded the sons of Jacob, whose name he called Israel. The Lord enacted a covenant with them, saying, You shall not fear other gods, neither shall you prostrate yourselves to them, nor worship them, and you shall not slaughter sacrifices to them. Only the Lord who brought you up from the land of Egypt with great might, and with an outstretched arm, him shall you fear, and to him shall you prostrate yourselves, and to him shall you slaughter sacrifices. The statutes and the judgments and the law and the commandments that he wrote for you, you shall heed to perform all times. You shall not fear strange gods. The covenant that I enacted with you, you shall not forget. Neither shall you fear strange gods, but the Lord your God you shall fear. He will deliver you from the hand of all your enemies, but they did not obey, but according to their earlier practices they were doing. These nations fear the Lord, yet they worship their graven images, also their children and their grandchildren, as their forefathers had done. They are doing until this day.